See the players shaking hands, preparing to begin game 2 of our doubleheader. Lions in their cream/gold and JBU in their visitors' blue jerseys. Tipping it off will be Nate Anderson, 6'10" junior from Round Rock, against the freshman Isaac Rowe from Mansfield. And we are underway here in game 2. It'll be JBU controlling the tip. Quick three. Buried it.
And that's the way you like to start off your game,
Griffin
right there,
Brady
with a big three-pointer.
Griffin Brady, the senior from Salt Lake, Utah. He can shoot the three. Thinks better of it, though, this time. Gentry. Work right side. He's got Marquise Waller on him. He attempts the three and rattled halfway down, decided to come back out.
And as of late, Jason Gentry has been the go-to three-ball shooter.
Yes, just inside the three, it's Nate Anderson out of Stony Point High School. Quick 5-0 lead for Golden Eagles.
The big guy, not afraid to shoot from long distance.
Pump fake, Emmanuel. Rowe with an offensive glass, put back, no good. Here comes Ricky Roberts, 6'3" junior from Dallas, out of North Richland Hills High School. Long three, offensive glass, keep it right here. Now Marquise Waller over to Ricky Roberts again. From downtown, and a nice offensive putback by Marquise Waller. He's out of Cleveland, Texas. The 6'4" freshman guard out of Prime Prep Academy has given the Golden Eagles a 7-0 lead with under 2 minutes into this game, and now a foul near the elbow. Going to be against Griffin Brady. Non-shooting foul. Got caught in the middle of a pick. Emmanuel squares up Brady, not there. Now it's E, the lefty. Sweet, syrupy stroke. Buries it.
Isaac, row your boat.
And the Lions are on the board, and an errant pass. Looking for maybe the referee in a blue jersey. He can't catch that ball. He's not allowed to. Turnover. Here's Rashad Alexander. We mentioned him in pregame. He's a player to watch. Fires up a three. Look good. It is good. From downtown, top of the key.
There he goes again. And he's been working hard on that top of the key three-point shot. He takes probably 100 to 200 of those a day.
Here's a foul against the Lions. It might be on Kiyunka. It is on Kiyunka Watkins on Key. It's his first. John Brown will inbound underneath the basket. Nice move inside, and Key with the tough pass inside, picks up the steal, and now here's Gentry over to Watkins. Nice help defense by John Brown. They're playing a straight up man-to-man defense, seeing what SAGU has. Rashad over to Emmanuel Ladoy, looks for three. A little flat, and cleared by Nate Anderson. And loose ball out of bounds right in front of the Lions bench. Speaking of bench, I think, I was going to say in pregame, we're out of time. I think the bench, John, is going to be, well, to use Bostwick's words, just vital. I mean, vital. You're going to have production today by those Lion bench players to have any chance of winning this ball game today.
Well, in typical fashion, Donnie Bostwick has a lot of bench to go to. And he usually, he throws the gauntlet out there. Whoever wants to play, you just go out there and prove it. I'll give you a chance. So there's a bench full of players waiting to get an opportunity to let it shine.
Rashad, another three.
off balance.
Ricky Roberts
Not
clears.
a good look for him.
3-ball. A lot of 3 balls being shot early on. And that allows for those high rebounds and many times allows the offensive team to snag it. And that happens again for the second, third time in this ball game for the Golden Eagles. Roberts leads all scorers for the season for JBU, 16.1 a game. Right behind him is Luke Moyer at 16.0, essentially the same. And ball is lost. Gentry with it. Now to Watkins. Oh, nice pass over to Rashad. Wide open 3. You got to hit that. You got to hit that. And he does hit it. Rashad sends it through.
And that's good to see Rashad Alexander getting off early in the game. That's what he really needs. It's been a while since he's been able to really get his game going early, and that's just what he needs for confidence sake.
Brady over to Anderson. Nice big man to big man.
Yeah, and that is a great look. That big man can play down low. He's a rim rattler. He plays up there around the rim.
Rashad swings it over to Emmanuel Adoy. Oh, and he's got one. That's the third 3 of the game. Emmanuel, the senior, gives the Lions an 11-9 lead. Ricky Roberts airballs it. Here comes Rashad looking up, head on a swivel. Finds Key for 3. Rebound.
It's been a while since we've
Brady.
seen Key Watkins actually heat up from the 3.
Moyer
Oh my.
rattles that one through. A little flat shot, but just over the edge of the rim, and it rattles in. Some furious scoring early on. See, Golden Eagles scored the first 7 points, and Lions scored 8 in a row. Now it's kind of evened out, 12-11 in favor of JBU. Rashad, top turn, spins. Off the glass, no good. Cleared by Moyer. Now here's Anderson. Slips inside, finds Ricky Roberts.
And that's the way you run without the ball.
Yep.
Making good off-the-ball cuts. Getting yourself available to make those easy cuts for easy baskets.
And it was Gentry and Marquise Waller getting tangled up. We'll see which way it's going to go. As we see, I think four JBU players set to come in and 3 Lions players set to come in.
And the new guy.
Here's the scrum right there.
English.
Let's see what it is here. Gentry tried to sell it anyway. It is going to be on Marquise Waller. It's his first. Now we see Mitchell in the game. Remington Mitchell. Tough shot, tough angle. Emmanuel Adoy gets it to fall.
It's interesting to see the approach. JBU taking more of a Donnie Bostwick type approach. The whole line change.
Not a good shot. Andrew Erskine into the game. Good to see him back on the floor again.
And passing to one of the characters from Fat Albert.
What did you just say? Oh, Josh Swearingen. Okay, you were out in left field. I had to pull you back in. Okay. I don't think half our crowd's even heard of Fat Albert. You have to explain yourself.
One of the greatest all-time cartoons in the history of cartoons.
Josh Swearingen's not a fat guy.
Well, I didn't say he was Fat Albert. I said he's from the character list.
Oh. Speaking of that, Swearingen has the ball back out to Adoy from downtown. Oh, baby! He buries another one, and it calls a timeout for head coach Jason Beckta. He's seen enough. That's the 4-3. The lead is 4.
Emmanuel Adoy feeling great with the round ball today.
Would it be any other shape?
Feels good coming off the fingertips.
With the round ball.
That's right.
Phenomenal. Timeout on the floor. Jason Beckta, his team out to a 7-0 lead, and suddenly they have been met with a hailstorm of trays.
I wouldn't call 4 3-pointers a hailstorm, but it is on.
You're just mad because I called out your round ball.
I'm not
the
mad
round
at all.
ball.
You need to
Let's take a
check
look at these
yourself.
threes.
Stay in your own lane there.
3 of 7 from beyond the arc of the Lions. We'll see JBU inbound the ball. 12:43 left in the first half. A high-scoring affair. This has triple digits perhaps in store if it keeps up this pace. Moyer, tough shot.
That was a good little avoiding the contact. I don't know if you really want to avoid the contact down there, but that was a good move, good maneuver.
Swearingen, bounce pass inside, now skips over to Rashad. Working on Moyer, loses the handle. It's Erskine now, left wing, 5 on the shot clock.
Not a good shot.
And Erskine's going to be called for a foul, going for that loose ball rebound.
Yeah, you know, and you got to let the guys play. That wasn't a.
That's a cheap.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know that that's worthy of the whistle. But sometimes when you get the bench players in, referees react a little bit different than they do to the starters.
Now, what do you think that is? That's an interesting comment.
I think it's a psychology thing. I'm not sure why. You'd have to go down there and ask that guy. But it does happen more often than not, to be honest with you. Uh-oh.
I was going to say, up in the
Guy
air.
in the air without anything to do or anyone to pass to.
Brandon Joseph able to find a player to bail him out. Luke Caudle also into the game now. Joseph from downtown.
That's a nice stroke. It looked good. Got a little bit of robbery going on.
Swearingen, tough shot. And a whistle against John Brown. We're going to see Aaron Embry check into the game. He's the freshman, 6'4" from San Antonio, will check in for Drew Erskine. Erskine, of course, a senior guard out of Houston. Transfer from the D1 school, Centenary College. Mitchell. Now over to Embry. Also into the game is Elbert Lawrence, wears number 20 for the Lions, and Tyler Pate. We mentioned Pate as a 3-ball from Pate. Got it! We mentioned him as a player to watch.
Yes, sir, and he can fill it up quick. He's a great shooter. Watched him in practice a little bit this week, and he seems to be feeling good. The shoulder not quite as bothersome as of late. That's a travel.
Brandon Joseph.
I don't know if I agree with that. He used his 2 steps and got rid of the ball. 1, 2, 3.
There's that third.
Yeah,
step.
it's very close. He was in the passing motion. I guess they didn't qualify that.
Looking at some of the top 10 rankings for these teams, let's take a look at JBU first. They're number 2 in the nation. You mentioned it in pregame, John, a free throw. 74.7%. Number 6 in the nation in blocks at 107. Number 7 in blocks per game at 4.2. Meanwhile, Lions rank in the top 10 in a host of categories. Number 1, no surprise here in the nation, in steals, 270 thefts on the season. That's good for number 2 per game at 10.8 a game. Number 5 in the nation, these Lions are in total 3-point field goals made and percentages. Swearingen.
Hey, hey, hey!
Head on a swivel.
He's on the board.
John Cookman doing all he can to break me today, but I will not be broken.
I tell you, if Josh Swearingen has any more hair growth, that thing's going to qualify as a sombrero.
As a 6th man. Oh, downtown from the corner.
Shot.
Zach Inglis, put some English on that ball.
And Coach Bostwick mentioned him. He's a new player back in the rotation for the Eagles, and he can do some damage.
Lions also in the top 10 in categories like total offensive rebounds per game, total rebound offense, 3-point field goal percentage. Just like to see some more W's from all these wonderful stats the Lions are putting up this year. Well, mired in the middle of the pack right now, John.
Nate Anderson's going to make it tough on him today. He's a big guy, man. When he jumps up and is anywhere close to the ball, it is going to be a tough rebound for the Lions. He is a big guy.
Moyer, another 3-ball. 23-20, Lions up 3. Elbert trying to skip it over to Mitchell. The little no-look dish. JBU had none of that. And we're going to see four Lions check back in, which again is very Bostwick-like. Got Rowe and Adoy and Alexander and Key back in. 9:08 left in the first half. Nice bounce
great pass.
Pass of the game easily as Rashad spotted Adoy free at the right block and gave him a little bounce pass.
He really put it there before Adoy got there, just led him perfectly.
Just waiting on him.
Yeah, threaded the needle in between about 4 players.
Order up. Nice pump fake, now dish over. Oh, and rejected by Adoy. He swatted Robert Stuff off the pass from Brady. Now Adoy for 3. Back edge of the rim, high arching for the rebound is Griffin. Brady off the Lions will give JBU the ball back. 25-20. Again, at this pace, John, we could be talking triple digits here. This is a furious pace. We've not seen this pace since perhaps some of the games at the Holiday Classic.
Well, remember
back
my
in December.
prediction. It's going to be a close one, slim margin, about 85-83.
I'm going to write that down right now, 85-83, and you said in favor of the Lions.
That's what I called. Don't send your hate mail to me either, Eagles fans. It's just a gut feeling. I know you're more than capable
Yes, they are.
of pulling off a W here in the Schaefer Center.
Do want to welcome our fans watching from Arkansas and Siloam Springs. Watching your Eagles in action today.
What a beautiful part of the country that is up there.
Rowe over to Key. Way downtown, way short. And we'll give it back over to the Golden Eagles. Always like to see some teams who aren't from Texas. How many Texas players? We're talking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players. Almost more than a third of their team roster hails from the great state of Texas. Anderson's from Round Rock, and you've got Roberts from Dallas, Humble, Texas. There where Brandon Joseph's from. Number 12, Marquise, he's from Cleveland, Texas. Gentry with a nice rebound. Flower Mound, that's Matthew Ledford's hometown. Key in the paint. And a whistle going to the rim. Zach English also from Nederland, Texas. We'll keep it underneath the basket. Gentry crossing over his man, skips it over to Rashad. Shot so quick, 18-footer, floater, in, out.
In and out.
Here comes Waller, shadowed by Adoy. Oh, and who is that? Rowe says, I don't think so. Key at the other end, tough pass.
Not
tough
in
shot.
this boat.
Wow, and that's going to send Key at the other end to the line. But how about this block? Here it is again. Hello.
Great timing.
Isaac Rowe, 6 foot, I think he's 6'8". Listed at 6'6". Mitchell's 6'8". He plays like 6'8". Those long arms of his. Kid Watkins gets it to fall. Here's the move inside by Watkins.
And you've mentioned it before in the past that Rowe's game is a lot similar to Kevin Durant's style. He can handle the ball. And he can take that. He can be a slasher from the side, handle the ball, enter the paint by himself on the dribble, can shoot the 3. He's got a lot of great aspects to his game. Very versatile player.
JBU now seeing some pressure by the Lions. Crossing mid-court. 7 minutes exactly left in first half, 26-20. Scoring has slowed down just a click here. Roberts lost his dribble. Now over to Jake Cottle. It's Anderson. Weak side rebound. Here comes Rashad.
If Anderson could really get that shot down, Pat, he would be one of the most dangerous centers in the country.
Anderson averages 117 boards. I should say 117 boards total. I shouldn't say
wow.
average. That's his total. His
nice.
Total count. There was a nice play by Adoy.
If he's averaging 117 a game.
He's in the wrong league.
Yep.
Let's go total. Key.
He'd be getting a lot of money right now.
Here's a high screen from Rowe. Oh, shove off? I'm not sure about that call, Mr. Cookman.
Ooh.
Rashad can't believe it either. We might see this again.
Yeah, he got tripped up, and the defender just kind of tripped over his own feet there. Actually, he did trip over Rashad's feet, but that was not Rashad's problem.
Yeah.
And that, you know, really a bad call. Really a bad call. But we'll leave the refs alone for right now.
You will not leave them alone. You'll try, but you can't out-help yourself.
Man, they're doing the best they can. It's tough. It's tough to referee a basketball game.
Swearingen on up ahead.
Yes,
Lays
sir.
it up and in off a bad pass by JBU and a
I hear
timeout.
a theme song getting cranked up.
Which would be?
Na, 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 gonna have a good time.
That's the wrong show.
No, that's the right show. Hey,
oh, you're right,
hey.
you're right. Hey. 29-20, and John Cookman has taken over this broadcast booth, and he's just doing his own thing now. He's reminiscing of the good old days when he was a kid with popcorn and candy bars in front of that 4x3 TV screen that weighed like 110 pounds, watching Fat Albert.
Oh, yeah. It was a little snowy, too, because I wasn't that close. I was in the rural district of the main TV stations. They had to look really, really hard at it.
Scoring leaders, Alexander with 6 so far, Anderson with 4. Bench scoring, nobody. Points in the paint, 6-0 in favor of the Golden Eagles. Points off turnovers, 6-0 in favor of the Lions. What kind of early trends do you see here perhaps developing as these two clubs slug it out here in the first half?
Well, the three-point shooting for the Lions has been fantastic. It's better than it has been as of late. So if they could keep that trend going, they will be, Coach Boswick will be beside himself with joy because they'll be able to maintain a lead like this. Now, if you're on JBU side, you've got to close out that distance. The Lions are getting a little too easy of a look and no pressure, no real on-the-ball pressure for those long shots. So they're going to have to close out that real estate and extend the defense out just another notch.
Here's the pressure again.
JBU.
And Adoy almost got a hold of that one. He dives into his own bench.
They have a few of the bench players in, and that's kind of tough. Bench players a lot of times don't get to practice against the press as much as, say, your starting team, and so it's a little difficult when you're coming off the bench having to face the press, not knowing what your spacing should be like.
And a foul as Josh Bowling, who just checked into the game, was fouled with going to the left side of the basket. He's a 6'6" freshman out of Detroit. Here it is again. He's hacked from behind. Roberts thought about the three. Instead gives it over to Bowling. Corner now. Cottle, he's in trouble. Clear over, somehow got to the other side of the court safely. And who else? The senior, Emmanuel Adoy, comes down with a defensive rebound. And Gentry fouled just past midcourt by Luke Moyer. We're going to see 4 Golden Eagles check into the game under first-year head coach Jason Beshta. Hope I said his name correct. Beshta came here from Oklahoma Wesleyan, being there for a couple, 2-3 years. He's the head coach there. Of course, Bostwick played at JBU, and he took them to a national championship as well. I forget the year. Do you remember the year he took JBU all the way, Mr. John?
I think it's 1959.
I'm going to tell him you said that. Oh, Swearingen, a high arcing three from the corner. Got it. That's the 5th three of the game for the Lions. And need I remind your stomach and mine, 9 more threes and you're not going to go to Chick-fil-A for dinner. Free minis for the whole house at the Schaefer. We get 14 3 balls. 4:22 left first half. Lions up 11. Way downtown. Not there, but an offensive glass by JBU, and then reversing underneath is Griffin Brady, the senior. Brady averages 15 a game, 3rd leading scorer on this ball club. He's got his first points of the game. But check that, his 5th point of the game, 5th points of the game. Rowe now, former guard in high school, shows why he can still dribble and take it up on a dime. And a turnover by the Golden Eagles. How about that pull-up jumper by Rowe?
You see he's working, and that's what we talked about, that Kevin Durant-esque type movement even from the top. He can take it off the dribble, you know, a little fancy, little Globetrotter-esque type dribbling there between the legs, and then boom, just pull up for a nice spot shot.
Lawrence now working right side. A lot of subs in the game now. You've got Pate, and you've got, in fact, all 5 are off the bench now for the Lions. Swearingen, Mitchell, Pate with the ball, Erskine, Lawrence at Swearingen. 2nd three of the game, no good. And we're going to keep it right here. Doesn't really feel to me like a 12-point lead.
No, it doesn't, but the Eagles are not converting a lot of their 3-point shots, and that's giving the Lions an extra opportunity to score. They're shooting a lot of threes, they're just not converting them. So at some point, they're either going to have to find a different shot selection or start converting those shots. And I'm sure the coach would be a little more happy with the conversion process.
2 of 6 from beyond the arc. Pate high off the glass and shows why he is got a scorer's mentality, Mr. Cook, when he puts that one through.
Yeah, and not only can he shoot the long ball, but he's got a good slasher's mentality. He can cut in there on the dribble and create a shot for himself.
Here come the Lions. Pate, this time he's downtown, and this time he's on the mark. Oh, baby! Number 6 from beyond the arc for Southwestern. And a whistle underneath. That'll send the Golden Eagles to the line. It'll be Marquise Waller. First free throw is good. You're going to see Nate Anderson check back in for Benjamin Smith. 2:22 left in game number 2. Lady Lions dropped the first one in a tough one in overtime, 62-59. Lions looking to keep pace here with a handful of teams fighting for that 3rd through 6th place on the men's side. Need a win today here at the Schaefers. They head into the critical final 4 games of the season, John. 3 of the next 4 are at home. We'll have them all for you here in the SAGU Sports Network. A win today can really just kind of put you in position to make a run for that, maybe that 3rd, 4th place, you think, in the Sooner?
Well,
is that too much to ask?
I think that might be a little too optimistic I mean, it's not too much to ask, because that's exactly
what you want.
what Donnie Boswick would draw up for you. But it's going to be a tough stretch after this game. Those next games are not going to be easy. You're going to face some of the toughest opponents in the Sooner Athletic Conference. If they are getting those W's, they're going to be in a good position to do some damage in the Sooner Athletic Conference tournament, which is really what they're going to need to happen if they want any opportunity at a national berth.
Which we'll be hosting right here at the Schaefer Center. The first time the Sooner has been hosted here in just our 3rd year, I think, in the conference.
That's correct. And that was Zach English with the prayer, trying to draw some contact and throw up a shot, but he didn't get the call. Little too nonchalant about that release.
5 starters back in for Coach Boswick.
And right now, the Lions defense is just suffocating.
15-point lead. Again, it doesn't feel that large. You just feel like JVU is going to make a run here. There's 1 minute left in the half. They've slowed down their scoring considerably, but you just think there's a run left, and it could start. There was a miss right there. It could start at any point. On the road, this team knows how to win big games. They've proven it before. Under a minute now, 45 seconds left. Rashad now. Don't want to get a 5-second call. Good defense by Joseph. As they clear out the space and reset. 5 on the shot clock, turns, spins, finds Rowe. 4-footer. That little short, we'll call it a short mid-range jumper. It's not quite a layup. It's just outside the block. How tough are those shots to make in a real-time situation in the game?
Oh, man, it's one of the hardest shots on the court to actually execute, and he makes it look easy. Good
Brandon Joseph looked flat coming off, but it was true to form. Watkins at the buzzer, no good. So we go to halftime and a quick half. 43-29.